Welcome to the story of a girl who, raised between two cultures, learned a profound secret about marriage. My name is Layla. We were a Pakistani family, but for many years, we had resided in a Gulf country. My father moved here for work, brought my mother over, and we have been living here for decades. My mother's Arabic became so fluent that you couldn't tell she was Pakistani. Arab women have different customs than Pakistani women, and I had often heard my sisters-in-law speak of a special bakur, incense, ritual, a custom that left me utterly confused. The use of this particular, private scent before the wedding night and how it changed my life forever is what I want to share. I was born in the Arabian Peninsula and spent my whole life here, yet there were still many things I was entirely unaware of. I preferred staying home and was unfamiliar with Arab social life outside my immediate family. As the only daughter, everyone treated me like a princess. My journey of discovery began when my elder brother, Zain, decided to get married. He had fallen in love with an Arab woman, Hannah, and decided to marry her. Our parents happily agreed. Hannah was indeed a good-natured, well-educated, and kind woman. A short time later, my brother's wedding was held with great fanfare, including some peculiar ceremonies unique to the local Arab culture. When I escorted Hannah to her room, I saw an unusual radiance on her face, a subtle, beautiful glow. I was mesmerized and wished to witness the first conversation between my brother and his bride. What was the secret behind this glow? I was at that stage of life where I knew nothing about the relationship between a husband and wife. I only wanted to see what they talked about that made Hannah so happy to leave her family. Whenever my parents mentioned my own marriage, I would panic and insist I would never leave them. Yet, I saw how happy and content Hannah was, her cheeks pink with shyness, her eyes shining like pearls. I sat in my room, contemplating what could be the source of her happiness. There was no sign of sadness on her face. What did a husband and wife talk about on their wedding night? Why wasn't she sad about leaving her parents? Suddenly, my eyes fell upon the ventilation duct that separated my room from my brother's. It was unusual and had been installed during the pandemic lockdown when we all needed a way to talk to each other without opening doors. A reckless idea struck me. I could easily look into my brother's room, and he wouldn't know. My heart pounded with fear, knowing this was an intrusion, but my curiosity overruled my conscience. I slowly unlatched the cover and peeked in. Hannah was sitting on the bed, and my brother was entering the room. I was terrified of being discovered. My brother and Hannah began talking in low voices, and I couldn't hear them clearly. Then, I saw my brother pick up something from the side table and place it in Hannah's hand. She smiled and quickly took the small item and held it close to her chest. Before I could see exactly what it was, my brother turned off the light. I was bewildered. What had he given her? Before I could ponder further, the door to my room flew open. It was my mother, and I hadn't locked the door. My legs felt like jelly. My mother landed a stinging slap across my face, the first time I had ever been hit. What is this behavior? Don't you have any manners? They are on their wedding night, and you are peeking through the vent, she scolded, upset that she hadn't sealed the vent earlier. I broke down in tears, telling her I had no ill intent. I only wanted to see Hannah because she looked so beautiful. My mother strictly forbade me from repeating this act. I was sent to bed but lay there, wondering about the item and what was happening in the room. The next morning, I went to check on Hannah. My brother wasn't there, but Hannah was getting ready. She smiled and welcomed me in. Her face was radiant, truly blooming like a rose. She looked like she had found all the happiness in the world. As I sat on the bed, my eyes fell on the side table. There was a small, ornate incense burner containing a special kind of bakur, frankincense. It was a rich, heavy scent, but only a small, specific portion had been used. The night's events rushed back to me. Had my brother given her this incense? But why? And why did my sister-in-law seem so secretive? I picked up the burner. Hannah, why is this special bakur here? I asked. I couldn't ask her what she had used last night, or she would know I had been watching. Hannah quickly grew flustered. She gently took the burner from my hand and placed it away, near a small waste basket. It was probably left here from yesterday. I don't know why it's here, she stammered. Her perfect lie and panic shocked me. If it was just a remnant, Why throw it away? Why not put it back in the cupboard? Why the secret? The incident made me even more confused about the beautiful, private life of a married couple. The day passed quickly with the reception preparations. That night, I saw my brother discreetly carry a similar incense burner toward their room. Every day that followed, the ritual continued. Sometimes Hannah carried it, sometimes my brother. I often saw them trying to hide it, confirming my suspicion that there was a secret linked to the incense. 2 years later, my second brother, Tarek, got married. I was now 16, more mature, and knew that eavesdropping was profoundly wrong. But I was curious to see if the custom would repeat. When I was in the room with Tarek's bride, Sumaya, she leaned toward me and whispered a request that startled me. "Layla, could you bring me a piece of that specific, aged bakor from the kitchen cupboard?" She asked in such a secretive tone that my mind was instantly back in turmoil. Sumaya was also an Arab woman, young and beautiful. My mother had wanted a Pakistani daughter-in-law, but my father's choice prevailed. When Sumaya requested the special bakor, I asked her, why that specific scent? "It's so strong, and we usually use the light floral ones for the house." "What will you do with it?" Sumaya smiled. "The day you get married, I will tell you the reason myself. For now, please just do this for me." I realized this was a secret directly connected to married life, specifically the wedding night. Over the past 2 years, my mother had forgotten about the vent incident. One day, while I was helping her sort spices, I used the opportunity to ask her about the special bakor. My mother looked surprised. "Who told you about that?" she asked with an unusual, worried tone. I lied and said, "No one. I just noticed the wives often take it to their rooms at night." My mother dismissed me. "What do I know about these Arab women's customs? I wanted Tarek to marry a Pakistani girl, but your father insisted. I don't know their ways or their specific remedies. I have no wish to become a difficult mother-in-law and risk them leaving my sons." My mother was wise and allowed her daughters-in-law their privacy. She strictly instructed me to stay out of their affairs. Time flew, and when I turned 18, my father arranged my marriage to Jawad, Sumaya's brother. The preparations began in full swing. The night before the wedding, my sisters-in-law teased me lovingly. I was sad to leave my family, but happy to marry a good man like Jawad. I finally understood why brides looked so happy. The thought of a new life filled them with joy. When it was time for my departure, Hannah whispered in my ear, "Layla, I have put a piece of that special bakor in your purse. I don't know if Jawad will bring it, but use it privately before you meet him. Just hold the smoke to your skin for a few moments and keep the burner nearby." I was nervous but agreed, too rushed to ask more questions. I was taken to my husband Jawad's room. Jawad, a true Arab man, came to me, expressed his love, and gave me a beautiful gift. As he moved closer, I blurted out that my sister-in-law had told me to use the bakor before we connected. Jawad smiled broadly. She told you. Good. Every woman should know this." "It's not a problem. I will bring the burner right now," he said. I quickly stopped him. "Hannah already put a small piece in my purse." "But why is this necessary?" "I hate strong smells. I prefer light florals." "And what does incense have to do with our relationship?" Jawad looked at me with surprise. "You don't know? You are half Arab. I thought you knew this tradition." I explained that my mother was Pakistani and knew very little of Arab women's private traditions. Jawad was quite astonished, as my mother's flawless Arabic made everyone think she was local. Then Jawad told me the secret. He revealed something I had never heard before, but which immediately made sense. Now I understood why my sisters-in-law had kept it a secret. I was young, and such matters were better revealed at the right age. Jawad explained that Arab women use this specific bakor before intimacy for a powerful reason. It is not merely a scent, it is a ritual of commitment and self-respect. Using this specific, rare bakor is an act of purifying yourself for your husband, he explained. It symbolizes that the wife is preparing for her husband with a clean slate and pure intentions, showing him the highest level of respect and care. It's a silent promise to bring only joy and happiness to the relationship. He added that in their culture, a husband's happiness is paramount, and this ritual, using the rarest, most expensive scent, guarantees the wife feels beautiful, confident, and prepared, which naturally increases the feelings of love and passion on both sides. It is a silent form of communication, he said. The Bakor provides a subtle, unique perfume that is only for us, reinforcing the intimacy and making the bond stronger. It ensures that the beauty of the marital relationship is maintained for the long term. Hearing this, I was stunned. It was not a strange superstition, but a beautiful symbol of devotion. Although I preferred light scents, I took the small piece of Bakor from my purse and privately performed the ritual, ensuring I was prepared for my husband. My wedding night was the most beautiful night of my life. The next morning, the same lovely radiance I had seen on Hannah's face now shone on mine. At breakfast, my sisters-in-law came to see me. They smiled when they saw the special Bakor sitting conspicuously on my side table. "So, you finally learned the secret, Layla," Hannah teased. I blushed and quickly moved the burner aside, but they just burst into laughter and embraced me. On the way home, I realized how women adapt to new lives for the happiness of their husbands. They embrace new customs, even the ones they initially disliked, all for the man they love. I was once ashamed of my sisters-in-law's secrecy, but now I practice the ritual myself, embracing the beauty of this tradition for Jawad and our relationship. My marriage is now a few months old, but every night feels like the first. I have entirely conquered Jawad's heart, and we are blissfully happy. Sometimes a small, subtle thing can hold a wealth of benefits. If all married women understood the power and symbolism of this ritual, their lives could be transformed. I am no longer ashamed. I am proud to use this symbol of commitment for the strength and beauty of my marriage.